I'm in live. The test. Today I prepared the test to read you and explain what happened today. Oh my God. Have an app that ever appear and don't go out the first page. Oh my God, it's the appy so bad, this appy. You that make these apps, this turn, we hate with your app. Don't make this, please. My God, I don't go pay for this app. I will delete. Key Kardec. Let me open the gospel. Faz-me rir. Faz-me rir. Capítulo 1. Vou fechar, vou continuar fazendo. Conhece não? Coitado. Selfishness, faith and charity. Charity toward criminals. And should one risk out on life for a criminal and render good for evil? Love your enemies. Yes, chapter 11 and chapter 12, okay? From Gospel. Come on, then. Today, test was chosen. Let me see here a moment, please. Não, cancelar. Quase. Oh my God. It's so difficult today. Bad influence. Don't want that I saw about this, but I will. Okay. Today's test was chosen by spirituality because we opened the gospel anywhere and this test fell. But today I think it comes in hand because I have been persecuted by a person who has a serious illness and who therefore thinks he has the right to take revenge to other people by persecuting them as fake. I have been patient because I know that most people here are fake, but this citizen decided to show himself and reported having a serious illness. But this, after 2 years, I think this citizen have have persecuted me. I spoke to someone else who might be able to help him with work. He wanted money. I said, I don't know, I don't have. And don't use my number bank account to give to a person that I don't can see. Then I talked with other person, so power person, to help him in his land. I spoke to someone else who might be able to help him with work. And so the fake that had now shown up didn't just want work. See, he wanted money, and I informed them that I didn't have it and couldn't send money through the bank. But the citizen didn't just want money. He wanted me to date him now. So beautiful. And then, so I dismissed it. The citizen who thinks he can manipulate people just because he's bad. He has troubled me for a long time, and yet I set out to help. And the dissatisfied citizen was angry with me. I must had angry with him. Not him angry with me, but he was angry with me. That say him that talked with a power person to help him, and I proposed him to help him with radiesthesia that I made without get money for no one. But no. So I dismiss the citizen who thinks he can manipulate people just because he's bad. He has troubled for me a long time, and yet I set out to help. And the dissatisfied citizen was angry with me for refusing to be more than a contributor. In life, we'll always meet people like this, who think they are victims and can persecute and harm others with impunity. But God's mercy, it's for those who show mercy to ourselves and to others. People can be good, your body good. People can be your body bad. But people must be good how God asks. Don't function appearance. People are so bad in body, but think and make bad to other. These people don't will gain misericordia, don't gain mercy from God this way. Don't get. I will read the text. It's better. Then I was talking so much. It's only because have people that we don't believe that exist. That have good people, but my God, this is a real enemy and want to make bad to me. He said this. He said this. Want to see me down, but God is my strong, and you that want bad to me, you don't never will get this. I'm with God, and God are with me. Imagine you to be 2 years with all day a fake show personality of this famous and other famous and all famous I have here. The fake use it. I never believe it. I don't be here to talk to famous. Famous and no famous is the same for me. I don't believe famous. I don't believe people here. I don't have important much people or big people. I only want quality, nor quantity. No quantity for me, no. For you, fake. You believe in this, me no. Okay? See and mirror and see you, not me. This only disturb me, nothing more than this. I never will believe in a photo, never. Forget this, forget. All people that real people, I say, show you. If you don't show, I ever will indulge it. It's for my security. I love me and love God and love the next. My security is all for me. Show you, and I believe. Don't show you, will have a doubt. And don't ask important thing, don't ask money. I don't give. You can be the most fake, intelligent, more incredible than famous. I don't believe. If you don't show you. In the same way, I know that have famous, that have double, and have this too. Because I don't here to make lies for people. You are fake. You fake are here to this. I'm no. Don't think I'm same you. Never think this. You don't know me. You are a liar, not me. Never. Let me see. the number, share it to criminals. Okay. Charity toward criminals. True charity is one of the most sublime teachings that God has given to the world. Complete fraternity ought to exist among the true disciples of his doctrine. You must love unfortunates and criminals as God's creatures. To one, forgiveness and mercy will be granted if they repent, as is the case with you for the wrongs that you commit against his law. Regard yourselves as more reprehensible and guilty than those to whom you refuse forgiveness and commiseration, because quite often they don't know God as you do. And less will be asked of them than of you. I read this text for a long time ago in past. It's not first time. I know this. Don't judge. Oh, don't judge. The fake was judged me. Made the test with me. I'm here to try and help something. Not all people. I don't have this presumption. I don't have this. But fake was here to make the test with me, to judge me. And I was trying to help him to know, still to know they were disturbing me for more or less 2 years. Regard yourselves as more reprehensible and quiet than those to whom you refuse forgiveness and commiseration, because quite often they don't know God as you do, and less will be asked of them than of you. More times I try it to help fakes here, knowing I was talking with fakes, trying to help him in his difficulties. Don't judge. Oh, don't judge, my dear friends. For the judgment you render will be more severely applied to you. And you have need of indulgence for the sins you continually commit. Do you not know that there are many acts that are crimes in the eyes of the God of purity, but which the world doesn't even regard as light offenses? Do you know this? True charity doesn't consist only in the alms you give or even the consoling words that might accompany them. No, this is not what God demands of you. The sublime charity taught toward your neighbor. You can even exercise this sublime virtue on many individuals who don't need alms, but whose words of love, consolation, and encouragement will lead to the other, to the Lord, to the Lord, the Lord, to the Lord. And still know that this citizen was disturbing me more than 2 years. I offer help to him, but this distracts all possibility. I will say once more that the times are near when with spirit fraternity will reign on this globe. The law of Christ is what will govern humans. The law of Christ. And the law alone, because Christ is the sidereal engineer from this globe. And other globes in universe too. And he is not the only he that exists made in this. It's others. But Christ is responsible engineer for this globe. Is what will govern humans. Christ is what will govern humans. What the time is before Christ, after Christ. Say me. Again, the evil make I have only explanation is this: disappear. Why I don't know why. It's here. I know the Christ is the will govern humans, and that law alone will be the restraint and hope that will lead souls to the blessed hills. Thus, love one another as children of the same Father. Don't set up differences between you and those who are unfortunate. For God wills for everyone to be equal. I ever read this. I don't have had conditions to work with bad spirits. How I made for 13 years, all week, if I don't know and practice this. Did thus love one another as a children of the same Father. Don't set up difference between you and those who are unfortunate. Don't set up differences. God allows great criminals to dwell amongst you to serve you as a lesson. Soon, when humans have been led to the true laws of God, such lessons will no longer be needed, and all impure and rebellious spirits will be relegated to lower worlds according to their inclinations. This is justice. You always to choose of one I speak to help of your prayers. That is true charity. You don't have to say of criminals. You don't have to say they are wretched. They must be expunged from the earth. The death that is inflicted on them is too kind for the type of individual. Must you say this? Never. To criminals. is this right here. No, you must not speak like that. Look at your model, Jesus. What would he say if he saw such unfortunate persons next to him? He would grieve for them. He would regard them as truly needy, sick persons, and would stand his hand to them. You cannot do this in reality. We cannot do in reality. We don't have Christ. Okay, we don't are. But you can at least pray for them and assist their spirit in the few moments they must yet spend on your earth. On your earth planet. Repentance may touch their hearts if you pray with faith. They are your neighbors, just as the best individuals are. Like yours, their wandering and rebellious souls were created to become perfect. So help them out of their quagmire and pray for them. Elizabeth de France, Havre, 1862. Other theme. Should one risk one's own life for a criminal? Oh, criminal, I don't know, but I think you can understand. A man in danger of death. In order to save him, one must risk one's own life. However, it's known that he is a criminal, and that if he escapes death, he will be able to commit more crimes. In spite of this fact, should one risk one's life to save him? It's an ask. Response for good spirits. Let me see my hair. This is a very serious question, one that a spirit naturally could face. I will respond in accordance with my moral advancement, this spirit was saying to Kardec. High Spirit, I will respond in accordance with my moral advance, since the issue is whether or not one should risk one life for a criminal. Devotion is blind. One lends aid to one enemy. Therefore, one must also lend aid. Therefore, one must also lend aid to an enemy of society, a criminal, in other words. Do you think that you will only tear this criminal away from that? No. Perhaps it will be from his entire past life. Consider the possibility that in those quick instants that drag the final minutes of life from him, this lost man returns to the past life, or later, his past life arises before him. Death perhaps is coming too soon for him. Reincarnation could be terrible, so rush to his aid. You want the spiritist science has enlightened rush to him and snatch him for his condemnation. And then perhaps the person who would have died cursing you will instead throw himself into your arms. You should not ask yourself, however, if he is going to do so or not. Just go to his aid, because in saving him, you obey that voice of the heart that tells you, of the heart that tells you, you can save him, so save him. Lamennais, Parish 1862, Chapter 12. Love your enemies. Now you will understand how is the love. How is that love? Render good for evil, discarnate enemies. Render good for evil. You have learned that it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemies. But I say to you, Jesus said, love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you and pray for those who persecute and malign you, so that you may be children of your Father who is in heaven, who makes the sun rise on the good and on the evil, and the rain fall on the just and the unjust. For if you love only those who love you, what reward will you receive from it? Don't the common person also do that? And if you greet only your brothers, what are you doing that others don't? Don't the publicans do the same? Don't the common people do the same? People without religion do the same. I said to you, God, Jesus Christ said, I said to you that if your justice is not more abundant than that of the scribes and the Pharisees, you will not enter the kingdom of the heaven. Matthew 5:20 and 43 to 47. Ethan second. If you love if you love only those who love you, what reward will you have? Since even sinners also love those who love them, and if you do good only to those who do good to you, what reward will you have? Since even sinners to do the same thing. Sinners do the same thing. And if you lend only those from one you can expect the same favor, what reward will you have, since even sinners lend to each another in order to receive the same advantage? This is not charity, sorry. This is not charity. If you give expecting receive, if this will not share it. Sorry. But as for you, love your enemies. Do good to all and lend without expecting anything. And then your reward will be very great, and you will be children of the Most High, who is good to ingrates and even the wicked. Thus, be full of mercy, just as your God is full of mercy. Mercy, God. Mercy, all you, include faith. Lucas 6, versicle 32 and 36, 236. Item 3. If love toward one's neighbor is the principle of charity, loving one's enemies in its sublime application, for such a virtue is one of the greatest victories attainable over selfishness and pride. However, this is usually a misunderstanding. Pay attention. As to the meaning of the word love in this context, Jesus didn't mean by these words that one must have for one's enemy the tenderness, oh, good enemy. No! The tenderness that one would have for a brother, sister, or friend. It's an absurd. Love presupposes trust, and we could not trust someone who we know means us harm. We could not have the same effusion or friendship with such a person, knowing that he or she is capable of abusing it. Okay? Enemy. Among persons who distrust one another, the bonds of affinity cannot be the same, and those that exist among those who are in communion of thought. Finally, one cannot feel the same pleasure upon meeting an enemy that one feels upon meeting a friend, of course. Furthermore, this sentiment results from a physical law, the law of assimilation. I love this book. Science and repulsion are fluids with how you are passing in a view. You show your enemy your heart. Your mind was confused and worried to this. Because bad fluid, come more than one time, maybe, say, 600 times I felt here fakes from me. Okay? It's so good. Furthermore, the sentiment results from a physical law, the law of simulation and repulsion of fluids. A malevolent dot emits a fluidic current whose impression is painful. A benevolent dot envelopes you in a pleasant emanation. A benevolent dot envelopes you in a pleasant emanation. Imagine now, comma, fake with bad emanation. Fake from you like. And then come what you like, and you don't can more feel good for real, because you are traumatic with other fluid, with those photos. Do you know how much times I pass in 2 years here? Made accounts, 306 days a year. 2 years, 600. 16 years. 60 times. 60, 100 times. Pass this and come to judge me, you that pretend judge me. Pass this and come to judge me again. Furthermore, the sentiment results from a physical law. I will repeat. The law of assimilation and repulsion of fluids. A malevolent dot emits a fluidic current whose impression is painful. A benevolent dot envelopes you in a pleasant emanation. Hence the difference in sensations one experiences when close to a friend or an enemy. To love one's enemies, therefore, cannot mean that one should not make a difference between them and one's friends. And I desire for all you enemies that disturbed me for 2 years, that God made you evolution. I don't know what God will give to you to this, but I desire that give you evolution to never more make this. Because if I don't have strong with God, you must be turn crazy a person, and you will return to you. Don't doubt this. God is justice. Hence the difference in sensations one experiences when close to a friend or an enemy. To love one's enemies, therefore, cannot mean that one should not make a difference between them and one's friends. This precept seems difficult, even impossible, to practice, of course, only because people have wrongly believed that it prescribes giving friends and enemies the same place in their hearts. It's an absurd. Never you and me can make this. Give the same place in heart for enemies and friends. It's not exist. Forget this. Since the poverty of the human language forces us to use the same term to express the various nuances of sentiments, reason calls us to differentiate them according to which case. Use the logic mind. To love one's enemies, therefore, does not mean holding for them an affection that is not natural, since contact with an enemy makes the heart beat in a much different way than those contact with a friend. all this time, I don't can be meeting with a real friend. Only when I went to page, real page, but to me, I only receive fakes from the people that I like. It's so cruel from you fakes, but God sees all things. And you have lucky to me, how I said, give strong with God. But I don't know what you have made in past for other people not so good for mine. You don't know, but maybe have suicides, maybe had crazy people in sanatories for you, fakes. And God are seeing all this. Don't doubt, don't doubt. To love one's enemies, therefore, does not mean holding for them an affection that is not natural. It's not natural. Never I will give to an enemy the love I give to my friend. Never. Nor you. Nor you. But we will see how to love an enemy the different way. Since I will repeat, to love one enemy is therefore doesn't mean holding for them an affection that is not natural. Since contact with an enemy makes the heart beat in a much different way, don't doubt it. You know, that does contact with a friend. It means holding neither hatred, rancor, nor desire for vengeance against them. This is love the enemy. It means holding neither hatred, rancor, nor desires for vengeance against them. Don't desire this for the enemy. It means forgiving them unconditionally, it's grief, unconditionally, and without ulterior motives. It's grief here. Then forgiving them unconditionally, and without ulterior motives for the evil they have caused us. Yeah, I give to all fakes, to all you that are my enemies. I give you this. I will forgive, of course, with strong of God. It means not setting up any obstacle to reconciliation. I don't have but obstacle to fake that ask me. I would ask to other so strong, help him, but he distract with his works. When I said that only help I can give, nothing more. But he wanted more. I don't desire bad to him. For 2 years disturbed me. It means wanting the good for them instead of wishing them. Wishing them evil. Instead of wishing them evil. It means wanting the good for them instead of wishing them evil. It means rejoicing instead of despairing for the good that reached them. It means extending to them a helping hand in case of necessity. I made this. It means abstaining, either in word or act, from anything that might harm them. Finally, it means repaying their evil with good, and everything with no intention of humiliating them. I don't make this. I don't make it this for this enemy. And I desire all good for you, faiths, that disturb me for all this time. And I don't know what God will say to you, will give to you, I don't know. But He will make you have evolution. I hope you get this, because without evolution we suffer more. However, this fulfills the conditions of the commandment. Love your enemies. Is this? I will repeat. It means abstaining either in word or act for anything that might harm them. Finally, it means repaying their evil with good. In everything, with no intention of humiliating them. I can make nothing. Who are full of bad things in mind? I don't have anything with this. I made here in my page are all good I can. If in mind you felt attaching by me, it's only from your mind. I'm not here to make bad for anyone, because I know this. For more 13 years, more 14 years, more. I start to read this with 18 years. When we have majority to drive, to work, I was reading this. Then think 2 times before come here, attach me. Think 2 times. I'm not here to attach nothing. No one. Okay? It's the gospel that I don't choose from Thursday. Have a good week, good final week, and I will be so happy now and tomorrow and ever. When we are with right consciousness with God, nothing bad happen in our life. Goodbye, and still the next. Until